Have you ever felt so stressed that you wanted to scream, but the only English word you could think of was sad?
It happens to all of us. Today we're moving beyond just happy and sad. We're going to help you express your true emotions and build deeper connections in English.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another brand new episode here on Daily English Loop. I'm your host, Alex, armed with my steaming black coffee and ready to go.
And hello, everyone. I'm Lisa. I'm so excited to be here with you all. And Alex, you know me, I'm skipping the coffee today. I've got my favorite jasmine green tea. It smells absolutely amazing, and I'm full of energy and ready to chat.
That's what I like to hear, Lisa. You always bring that tea energy to the studio. Now, folks, settle in. Grab your favorite drink, whether it's coffee, tea, or just water, because we've got a really special topic today.
That's right. Today we're going to talk about feelings, or you might call them emotions.
Feelings, yes. It sounds simple, right? Happy, sad, hungry. Wait, is hungry a feeling?
I think hungry is definitely a feeling, especially for you, Alex. But seriously, learning how to express your emotions in English is a huge step forward. It takes you from just ordering food in a restaurant to actually connecting with people deeply.
Exactly. It helps you build real friendships. And hey, if you want to build a language learning friendship with us, make sure to hit that subscribe button before we dive in. Okay, Lisa, let's kick things off. Why is it so important to talk about feelings? Sometimes, honestly, it feels a bit scary to say how we really feel.
It can be scary, for sure. But think of it this way. If you keep everything inside, it's like shaking up a bottle of soda and never opening the cap.
Eventually, it explodes, right? Talking about feelings is good for our mental health. It releases that pressure.
I love that image, the soda bottle. It's so true. When we express ourselves, we feel lighter. And it also helps with communication. If you don't tell people how you feel, they have to guess. And let's be honest, people are usually terrible at guessing.
So true. If I'm quiet, you might think I'm angry, but actually, I might just be tired. Or maybe I just need more coffee. If I tell you, Lisa, I'm feeling a bit tired today, then you understand. You don't have to worry.
Exactly. It builds a bridge between us. It helps our relationships with family, friends, and even coworkers. So let's get into the words our listeners need to build those bridges.
Let's start with the basics, the level 1 feelings. These are the words you'll hear in almost every movie, song, or conversation. Lisa, why don't you start us off with the best one?
With pleasure. The first one is simple. Happy. Happy. This is when you smile, when you laugh, when everything feels good. Like right now, I'm feeling happy because I love recording this podcast.
Me too. It's a great feeling. And then we have the opposite, sad. This is when you feel down or blue. Maybe you want to cry. Imagine it's raining outside, your plans got canceled, and just like we said at the beginning of the show, you dropped your sandwich on the floor.
Oh no, not the sandwich again. That would definitely make me sad.
Right? It's a classic sad moment. Okay, next up is a strong one, angry.
Ooh, angry. This is when you feel hot inside. You might want to shout or yell. For me, I feel angry when the internet stops working right in the middle of a movie, just like we talked about earlier. I just want to scream.
Tech problems are the worst. For me, I get angry when I'm stuck in traffic for an hour and people are honking their horns. It's frustrating. Okay, what about when you have zero energy?
That would be tired. This is when you just want to crawl into bed and sleep. Maybe you worked all day or you went for a long run. You're just finished.
I feel tired every morning before my first coffee. It's a standard state for me. But after the coffee, I usually switch to our next word, excited.
Yes, excited. This is a high energy feeling. It's when you know something great is going to happen, like when you're packing your bags for a vacation, or you're about to meet a best friend you haven't seen in years. You just want to jump up and down.
Exactly, that anticipation. But sometimes that energy isn't positive. Sometimes it's fear. That's when we use the word scared.
Scared. This is when you're afraid. Like when you watch a horror movie with the lights off. Or for me, when I see a big spider on the wall. I'm definitely scared of spiders.
I don't mind spiders, but I do feel scared if I hear a strange noise in my house at night. That's spooky. And the last basic one for today is nervous.
Nervous is interesting. It's a mix of scared and excited, I think. It's that feeling in your stomach before a big test, a job interview, or maybe a first date. Your hands might shake a little bit.
Oh, I remember feeling very nervous before our very first episode of Daily English Loop. I was sweating.
Really? You sounded so calm, but that's a perfect example. So we've got happy, sad, angry, tired, excited, scared, and nervous.
Now, I want to pause for a second and talk about grammar, just a tiny bit. Lisa, I often hear students say, I feel happy, but also I am happy. Which one's right?
That's a great question, Alex. The good news is both are correct. You can say, I feel happy to describe your sensation right now. Or you can use the verb to be and say, I'm happy to describe your state.
So, I'm tired and I feel tired are basically the same for a beginner.
100%. Don't overthink it. If you're starting out, just pick the one that comes naturally to you. I'm hungry or I feel hungry. We'll understand you either way.
Perfect advice. Keep it simple. All right, Lisa, let's level up. Our listeners are smart. They want more detail. Let's look at some advanced vocabulary to paint a clearer picture of our feelings.
Let's do it. Sometimes angry isn't quite the right word. Sometimes you're trying to do something, but it's just not working and you want to give up. That word is frustrated.
Oh, that's a good one. Frustrated. I feel frustrated when I buy new furniture. You know, the kind you have to build yourself, and the instructions make no sense. I have extra screws left over. It drives me crazy. I feel so frustrated.
I can totally see you doing that, Alex, throwing the instructions across the room. Here's another one related to stress. Overwhelmed. This is a big word. Overwhelmed.
What does that feel like?
It feels like you're drowning in tasks. Imagine you have 10 emails to answer, your phone is ringing, you have a meeting in 5 minutes, and you haven't eaten lunch. It's too much pressure. You feel overwhelmed.
I think a lot of our listeners who work in busy offices know that feeling well. Deep breaths, everyone. Deep breaths. Okay, what about a feeling that's similar to nervous but stronger?
That would be anxious. Anxiety is a big topic these days. Being anxious is when you worry a lot about the future. It's not just about a test tomorrow. It's a general feeling of unease. Like, what if I lose my job? Or what if I get sick? It sits in your chest.
Yes, anxious is a heavy feeling. Let's switch to something positive to lighten the mood. What about when you achieve something great?
Then you feel proud. Proud. You feel proud when you finish a difficult project or when you learn a new language, like English.
Yes, every single one of you listening right now should feel proud of yourselves for studying today. It's a huge achievement.
Absolutely. And what about when you're alone and you feel sad about it? That's lonely. It's different from just being alone. You can be alone and happy. That's called solitude. But being lonely means you miss connecting with people.
That's an important distinction. And here's a powerful one: confident.
I love this word. Confident means you believe in yourself. You know you can do it. Like when you walk into a room, hold your head high, and speak English without worrying about mistakes. You're feeling confident.
Fake it till you make it, right? Even if you're nervous, act confident. And the last one for this section is disappointed.
Disappointed. This is that sinking feeling when you hope for something good, but it doesn't happen. Like you wanted to go to your favorite restaurant, but when you arrive, it's closed.
Ugh, the worst. Or when your favorite sports team loses the big game. You feel disappointed.
Exactly. So, those are some great words to add to your vocabulary toolbox: frustrated, overwhelmed, anxious, proud, lonely, confident, and disappointed.
Now, Lisa, emotions aren't just on or off. They have volume, right? Like a radio.
That's a great analogy. Yes. Sometimes you're a little bit sad, and sometimes you're incredibly sad. We need intensity words or adverbs to describe this.
So at the bottom of the scale, we have a bit or a little.
Right. I'm a bit tired. It means I could sleep, but I can also keep working. It's mild.
Then in the middle, we have very or really. I'm very tired.
That means you definitely need a coffee. And at the top, we have extremely or completely.
I'm completely exhausted. Or I'm extremely excited.
Exactly. Using these words adds color to your sentences. Instead of just sounding like a robot saying, I am happy, you can say, I'm incredibly happy. It sounds so much more natural.
Okay, speaking of natural, let's talk about idioms. Idioms are those funny little phrases that don't make sense literally, but native speakers use them all the time.
I love idioms. They make the language so fun. Which one should we start with?
How about I'm on cloud nine?
Oh, that's a classic. If you're on cloud nine, you're extremely, extremely happy. You're floating on air. Maybe you just got a promotion at work, or you got engaged. You're on cloud nine.
It's a beautiful image. I'm on cloud nine whenever my coffee is perfectly brewed.
You and your coffee, Alex. Okay, here's one for when you aren't feeling great. I'm feeling under the weather.
This is useful because it's polite. It doesn't mean you're dying, it just means you feel a bit sick, maybe a cold or a headache. Sorry I can't come to the party, I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
Perfect. And what about walking on eggshells?
Ooh, this is a visual one. Imagine walking on fragile eggshells. You have to be so careful not to break them. We use this when we're around someone who is very angry or sensitive.
Right. Like if your boss is in a terrible mood, everyone in the office is walking on eggshells. They're afraid to say the wrong thing.
And the last one, a sad one. It broke my heart.
This means something caused you deep emotional pain. When my dog ran away, it broke my heart. It's very strong.
It is. But using these idioms shows that you really understand the culture of the language, not just the grammar.
So true. Now, Alex, we've talked a lot about I feel, but conversation is a two-way street. How do we ask other people about their feelings?
Great point. The most common greeting is, how are you? But often people just say fine automatically. If you really want to know, you can ask, how are you really feeling?
I like that. It shows you care. Or you can observe them. If your friend looks sad, you can ask gently, is everything okay? Or do you want to talk about it?
Do you want to talk about it is wonderful because it gives them a choice. They can say no if they aren't ready.
And here's a phrase I use a lot. Is something on your mind?
That's a good one. It implies they look distracted or worried. You've been quiet, Lisa. Is something on your mind?
And when they do answer, Alex, how do we respond? We can't just say, okay, cool. We need to show empathy.
Empathy is key. If someone shares bad news, you can simply say, I'm so sorry to hear that, or that must be really hard.
That must be really hard. I use that all the time. It validates their feelings. You aren't trying to fix the problem, you're just acknowledging that it is difficult.
Another powerful phrase is, I'm here for you. It makes people feel less lonely. And if they share something personal, always say, thank you for sharing that with me. It shows respect.
Yes, trusting someone with your feelings is a gift. We should treat it like one.
Let's try to put this into some real-life scenarios. Lisa, let's roleplay a little bit. Imagine you just had a terrible day at work. I'll ask you how you are. Ready?
I was born ready, even for a bad day.
Hey, Lisa, you look a bit down. How was your day?
Honestly, Alex, I'm feeling pretty burned out. My computer crashed twice and I missed a deadline. I'm just feeling really frustrated and a bit overwhelmed.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be incredibly stressful. Do you want to talk about it more, or do you just need a mental break?
I think I just need a mental break. Thanks for asking, though.
See? That was a perfect little dialogue. Lisa used burned out, which means completely exhausted from work stress, and frustrated. And I tried to show empathy.
It felt very natural. Let's flip it. A happy scenario. You just found out you won a contest.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alex, why are you smiling so much? What's going on?
Lisa, I'm on cloud 9. I just found out I won a year's supply of free coffee. I'm so excited.
No way! That's amazing! I'm so happy for you. You must be thrilled.
Thrilled is another great word for very excited. Yes, that's how we do it. It's about matching the energy of the other person.
Exactly. If they're sad, be gentle. If they're excited, be energetic.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to touch on something interesting. Culture.
Yes, this is fascinating. You know, Alex, in some cultures, people are very open with their emotions. In others, people are more reserved.
Right. Generally speaking, in English-speaking cultures like the US or the UK, it's often seen as a good thing to express how you feel. It's seen as honest.
Yes, being direct about your feelings helps build trust. But I know for some of our listeners, this might feel strange at first. In some cultures, saying, "I'm sad" to a coworker might feel inappropriate.
That's a very valid point. Learning a language is also learning a culture. You don't have to change who you are, but trying on this English persona where you share a bit more can actually help your fluency.
It's like acting. When you speak English, you can be a slightly more open version of yourself. Give it a try.
So, Lisa, as we finish our cups of tea and coffee, do you have any final tips for our listeners on how to practice this?
I do. My favorite tip is to keep a feelings journal.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. How does it work?
Every night, just write down 3 sentences. Today I felt blank because, for example, today I felt proud because I finished my project, or today I felt anxious because the traffic was bad.
That's simple and effective. It forces you to recall the vocabulary we learned today.
Exactly. And my second tip is talk to yourself. Look in the mirror and describe your day. I was a bit tired this morning, but now I'm energetic. Get your mouth used to making these sounds.
Talking to yourself is the best practice. I do it all the time. Sometimes people stare at me in the coffee shop, but hey, I'm practicing.
You're just a dedicated learner, Alex.
That's right. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope you're feeling confident and maybe a little bit excited to use these new words.
Yes, we're so proud of you for sticking with us until the end. Remember, learning a language is a journey, and your feelings are a big part of that journey.
Don't forget to subscribe to Daily English Loop and maybe share this video with a friend so you never miss an episode. And please leave us a comment below.
We want to know, how are you really feeling today? Use one of the words we taught you. Are you confident? Are you tired? Are you on cloud 9?
Let us know in the comments. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I'm Alex.
And I'm Lisa. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.